Welcome. I'm Deacon Rich from St. Matthew in Cedar Rapids, and I want to welcome you all here this afternoon as we visit a little bit about Lent and St. Francis de Sales. Lent, you see, is a time when we welcome people back to the church or welcome people to the church. And if you're already not part of a particular church, I think you'd find it to be a very fulfilling part of your life. And if for whatever reason you've been away for a little while, we want to welcome you back. And for those of us who are part of a church right now, this is a great time for us to invite others to join us or rejoin us. And in that regard, I think St. Francis de Sales is a really good inspiration. You see, St. Francis was born somewhere around the Geneva, Switzerland area. And as he was growing up, his father really wanted him to be an attorney and a politician. So he went ahead and studied to be an attorney. In fact, has his doctorate in law, and still his heart was really with the Lord. So even after he got his doctorate, he decided that maybe that really wasn't the path that he should follow. He continued to study theology on his own, and sort of a pivotal point in his life was when it happened one day that he was out riding, as his father wished that he would do competitively. He fell from his horse 3 times. Each time the sword fell as well, not harming him, but the sword and scabbard made the sign of the cross. St. Francis de Sales took that as a sign from God that it was time to get about what was really in his heart. He was ordained to the priesthood, and as we find, he went about after the difficulty that happened during the Protestant Reformation, visiting with people and bringing them back to the church. Not so much that they had left just the Catholic Church, but they really left the church altogether. It is said that he brought 60,000 people back to the Catholic Church. In an area where Calvinists had continued to work the area and take people away, this was often the second generation of people that St. Francis de Sales worked with. He knew that in their heart there must have been a void, and he brought them back to some kind of a church. That's what we're trying to do this Lent. Interestingly enough, though, is this. We often talk to people that are like, well, that's okay for some people who are priests or deacons or religious, or they work at a church. They really know how to do that stuff. St. Francis de Sales would have preferred the life of a hermit. He wanted to spend his time just glorifying God, but what ended up happening instead was God asked him to go out and glorify him by bringing people back to their faith and bringing new people to the faith. St. Francis de Sales ends up being an inspiration for all of us this Lent. We welcome you here to St. Matthew, or we welcome you to go to whatever church it is that helps to fulfill your life this Lenten season. So welcome from St. Matthew. Come grow with us.